Today, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful and, honestly, hopeful divine sayings in Islam. It's a promise that was made at the very dawn of creation. So let's just start with this one massive question. What was God's very first promise to all of creation? Before anything else existed, what was the one foundational truth that was set in stone?
Well, the answer comes to us from a really special kind of source. It's called a Hadith Qudsi. Now, this isn't just the prophet relating a teaching. A Hadith Qudsi is understood to be God's own words spoken through the prophet. So this is as direct a message as it gets, and what it says is just profound.
And here it is, the promise. My mercy prevails over my wrath. The full saying tells us that God wrote this down in his own book, a pledge to himself before creation even got started. Just take a second to let that sink in. This single sentence pretty much defines the nature of our entire universe. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. The first part is all about the context, right? The when and the how of this promise. And this isn't just any promise. It's what you could call a primordial pledge. What's so wild here is the timing. This promise was written down before a single star was formed, before a single soul existed. It's like the preface to the story of the universe. And notice, it wasn't just spoken, it was written. A deliberate, permanent, binding commitment from God to himself. The key thing to get here is that this is basically the operating system for all of reality. It's a fundamental law that came before everything else. And the fact that this promise is in a book that's laid down with him just shows how incredibly important and eternal it is. It's the ultimate foundation. All right, so now let's get to the core of the message, the ultimate truth that this entire pledge builds up to. This, right here, is where all the hope is. This is it, the heart of everything. Just a few simple words that carry infinite weight. My mercy prevails over my wrath. This isn't a footnote or a side note about God's nature. This is the headline. And that word, prevails, is absolutely crucial. The slide here does a great job of showing what it means. It doesn't say mercy equals wrath, or that they're in some kind of balance. No way. The Arabic word used here, galabat, means to completely overcome, to surpass, to triumph. Mercy isn't just there. It's dominant. It's victorious. Think of it like this. If wrath is a single drop of water, then mercy is the entire boundless ocean. It's not even a contest. Mercy is infinite, it's all-encompassing, and it is the ultimate reality that defines our relationship with the divine. So why does this ancient promise from the dawn of time matter to you and me right here today? Well, because it's not just some abstract idea, it's actually a practical guide for how to live your life. This promise basically gives us a clear path forward. Look, we all mess up. It's part of being human. Step 1 is just to acknowledge that. Step 2, and this is the most important part, is to never despair. Never lose hope, because this promise guarantees that the door to mercy is always, always open. And the final step is to act on that, to always turn back with hope, fully confident that mercy is just waiting for. It is so important to remember this is not some historical artifact. It's not a story from long ago. It is a living, breathing reality. That pledge, written before time even began, is an active promise for you, right in this very moment. It's a constant well of comfort and strength you can always draw from. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's really a simple but totally life-changing invitation. It's a call to shift your entire perspective, to live a life that is guided not by fear of wrath, but by a deep, unshakable hope in an ocean of mercy that will always, always prevail.